Okay. Should be back up. Can everyone hear me? Sweet. Okay. No, so I have been playing this all week. Kind of coming to the tower level and trying to figure out what in the world is the circular billboard that Rebbe mentioned. I also looked through most of the communities on PlayStation and tried to look for the image that Rebbe had mentioned Clowny had seen, and Clowny had noticed in the background there was the billboard. So I tried looking, but like the general, like international journey community only goes back until like last October. So I don't know if they keep the years and years archived. So I tried looking, but I couldn't find it. And then of course, I went into the forums. That didn't really help much, but so we'll see. Yeah, I was thinking that it might be in darkness, but from what I heard is that you can actually see it around the whale room in the snow. But I've looked at every single part of that, and I don't see anything that's circular, except for underneath the glyph in the whale room. There's like a round circular base to it underneath the floor, but that is not the billboard. So I'm not sure. There is a blinking light out in the distance. If I can get onto the roof here without bonking my head on anything, I'll show you the blinking light. And it only shows up once you release the goo. So I've tried releasing the goo, not going through the history lesson, and then going outside and seeing if the billboard's there. I've, dry climbed the tower and then gone through the history lesson, gone outside without any goo, RDS'd my butt off just to get up to the top, and then didn't see anything. So it's, I don't know, I'm trying like all these different combos and I don't really know what to do, so we'll see. Ooh. Come on. Don't go that way. That's scary. Here we go. Okay. Finally. Gotta get always the right angle to get up here on the roof. Alright. So, apparently here's the snow area. No, I care, Angel. I'm glad you're back. Silly. And apparently this is supposed to be circular, which makes absolute sense. Since the history lesson goes in a circular motion instead of left to right, the, billboard needs to be circular, which I'm not quite sure what they mean by circular, but I'm not quite sure. But it has to be here. Oh, sorry, I was going to show you the blinking light. And then you know how usually the history lesson has kind of like the blinking lights? So I thought maybe this was it. Let's see if it's out there. Well, of course, today I come here and there's no blinking lights. Lovely. Usually out in the distance, like this direction, I'll see a blinking light out there. I don't see it anymore. Interesting. But yesterday I journeyed straight out towards the blinking light. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I didn't see it. And I went into blackness and was like swimming through the blackness in that direction for about 5 minutes, and then tried to do a reverse and come back, and then 15 minutes later I was like, I am totally lost in blackness. I had to reset and go back to chapter select. Yes, there's goo here. Hi, Callie. And so yeah, there's goo here. I've raised the goo all the way. So other than that, that's basically it. I'm kind of just stuck. And then when I do boost up here on this invisible ledge, I haven't been able to find the other invisible ledge up here that's higher than this one, but apparently you can charge boost off of that one as well, but it's invisible, so I'm never able to find it. Go figure. Yeah, I do too, Angel. I don't like going into blackness. It still kind of gives me anxiety a bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't see anything. Where's everything at? I'm hoping one day, though, I will see it. Darn this billboard. It's going to be the death of me. You never seen what, Angel? I don't see it. I've been, flying around here. I keep boosting up and looking around for some circular billboard. I see those mountains are kind of circular, those brown ones. But, I don't know. I think that they've hidden it. And one thing, too, that would be really naughty of the developers is they hid it in these mountains. So you actually have to fly through the mountains to find it. And I'm like, oh. But you hit blackness really easy. For some reason, like when I was going through here, when I go east or when I go west, you can go out really, really far before you hit blackness. But when you go south or north, you hit blackness very quickly. So, and then Mom was told by Ava that all the levels are the same size. So I think this one's, in terms of maybe like square footage, is the same size, but it's just longer from west to east and like shorter north to south. I don't know if that has something to do with the circular billboard as well, but maybe if I go out here. Let's see. I don't think I've looked out this way. Let's see. I see. Because this is the snow. And maybe if I look up. I mean, is there any other part of this out of bounds area that I'm not going to that I don't know about? Like, there's that big black hole up there. Never been up there, but that's kind of high. I don't know. Maldo, when you said, I wonder if there was a light on the other side of darkness, I don't know. I was walking pretty far for a while. Like crazy. Let's walk out a little bit. My stuff there now? Okay, I can't go any farther. Let's see. Hi, Katie. How's the warm vodka shots? Too funny. Katie was a big trooper last night, watching me do some crazy stuff around this tower, searching for the billboard. Surprised she didn't get sick of me. I'm glad. No more warm vodka shots. Oh, that was hilarious. Katie and Gilbert last night were my Twitch companions, keeping me company while I was looking around here for about 4 hours. I was like, oh my goodness. Every once in a while I started over, but I was like, oh. Okay, let's go fly up one more time. I don't know where this other invisible ledge is that people talk about. I think it's like up in that direction. I don't know. Has anyone ever been to the other higher invisible ledge? Oh no, you still haven't caught the war machine? Oh. You'll get it. You'll get it one of these days. I know you can do it, Katie. Uh-oh. People are passing around drinks now. If I go straight south, maybe I'll hit the invisible ledge. Maybe it's this way. No? No ledge over here? No ledge. I don't know where this ledge is. Not in here. It's hidden by these mountains. The underground, that's my favorite place. I have to say, that's one of my favorite levels. I surprised when I was able to snipe Mom, and I didn't want her to know it was me, so I wasn't saying anything, but I took her for a whole huge, like, roundabout in like the disco land area. She was like, where are we? I've really gotten used to the color changes, so I'm able to really kind of navigate. I mean, I still get lost every once in a while, but I'm able to get myself out majority of the time. So I was took her all the way from the beginning all the way to the very end in like the Black Hill, where you sit there and you look all dark colored and your heart goes crazy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. She was like, who is that? I think the last time she had played with me, I was like, I don't know where I am. They won't let me into the disco. Oh, wow, that's cool. You know, I barely see anyone. Ooh. Are you talking, Angel, are you talking to Katie, or are you saying for me for the billboard? I don't know if I can slow boost here. Nope, not really able to. Hey, and Katie, look, the light is gone. That little blinking light that was in the distance, it is no longer there. But the bubbles are, and I found the trigger to remove the second set of bubbles. I went through the history lesson, but I did not release the goo, and then I went out of bounds. And then I saw both sets of bubbles. Let's see. And then after I went back inbounds, and then I released the goo, and then and then one of the set of the bubbles was gone. Let's see if I can find those bubbles. Where's those bubbles? Where's the fizzy bubbles? Oh, I hate this goo. I much prefer hanging out in the out of bounds without the goo. Fizzy bubbles. There they are. Does anybody know what these little baby symbol bubbles are for? Or what they represent? There's usually another bigger one here. But after you set off the goo, one of them just disappears, so only the small set of little bubbles stays here. For me, when I first saw them, they looked like bubbles, but they're just baby symbols, which is kind of cool. But I don't know what they represent. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the whale room. Check out. Whoa. That's interesting. I released both of these back into the tower. Then after I released the goo, one of them came back out. Hey, go back in. Go home. Go to your home. Go to your... Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you leaving? Wow. I think I got it stuck. Since I already sent it home. Now he doesn't want to leave. Aww. That's kind of cool, though. I've never done that before. It's pretty cool. Of the big bubbles. No, it's just like a larger grouping of those bubbles. Of those symbols. They're not necessarily like big or humongous in size. They're the same size symbols, but there's just a larger mass of them right next to it. And both of them are there if you do not release the goo. And I'm talking about you don't release any goo at all. And then you just dry climb to the top. You can go through the history lesson or not, and then come outside. Go out of bounds, and then it's there. Katie, I'm sorry, you're just not having good luck. Twitch didn't like you last night. And now the internet's not liking you. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you can't see if I'm by the whale room, you can't see anything out here. With the goo. Ugh. I have to go gooless. See if I go out here a bit. maybe I will just go back to chapter select